Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Mr. Capozzi here, and today we're looking at Math Chapter 3, Lesson 4, Scatterplots. Here we have a question from Lesson 4. The chart shows a number of goals and wins for the 15 Western Conference teams in the NHL. A. Compare wins to goals and use a scatterplot. Here we have wins for each team and goals in this chart here. Scatterplots are very useful as they are able to allow us to compare two different sets of data, two different kinds of data, to see if there is any trend, see if the numbers can be used to predict one thing or another. So I used the scatterplot and I made one. Here is my scatterplot. And on the scatterplot, you can see I've labeled goals scored on the x-axis or horizontal axis. I've labeled wins on the vertical axis or on the y-axis. Every one of these blue dots represents one of these teams. We can find which blue dot is which team by looking at the corresponding number. For example, Detroit had 255 goals with 48 victories. So we could find 255 goals on the x or horizontal axis, which would be about right here. Looking at 48 wins would be right on this line here. There is only 1 point at 48 on the vertical axis and 255 on the horizontal axis, and that's this point right here. We could do one more team, for example. Colorado had 236 goals and 40 wins. 236 goals would fall approximately here. And you can see right above we have two dots. However, Colorado had 40 wins. 40 wins would be approximately here on the vertical axis. So if we cut right across, 40 wins would be this dot right here. As this dot here, this data point is 43 wins. So this data point would be a team with 43 wins. It could be Vancouver or it could be San Jose. We could find out which team it is by looking at approximately the number of goals scored. This team had approximately 235 goals scored, whereas this team had approximately 220 goals scored. So we could find which team each of these are by looking at team with 43 victories and looking at how many goals they had. So Vancouver with 235 goals would be the team right here. As this team, San Jose, while they had 43 victories, they had 219 goals, which falls into this spot on the X or horizontal axis. Our next question, B, do these teams usually get more wins if they score more goals? Use your scatter plot to justify your reasoning. From this scatter plot, we could clearly see that for many teams, as they score more goals, they are more likely to get more victories. So if we drew a circle around this data, the circle would look like that. If we made a line in the data, the line would be increasing. So that line, if it started off at approximately here, we would be able to draw a line that would cut across here, and this line cuts through many of the data points. So this indicates that our graph is on an increasing level. That means that as goals scored increases, usually so do wins. And this is the power of a scatter plot in that we can see if there is a trend in the data. Thank you for listening.